Hello friends, welcome to our business section. In this section, we discuss about the opportunities, especially for business, and any tips or tricks that we can share with our viewers. So today, it's all about payments and how do you expand your business globally if you are especially an Indian company. So how this is going to happen? Let us find out. Friends, as you know that the largest segment in India is the MSME segment, which is stands for small, medium scale, medium enterprises, and they contribute to about nearly 40% to our GDP. So there is a lot of production which keeps happening in this segment. The produced item from MSME are consumed mostly by the local entity, but then with the advancement in technology, who's stopping MSME to grow global? I think one of the biggest hindrance in MSMEs to basically look for overseas customer is basically ability to collect payment, because MSMEs payments will be small in terms of volume, in terms of unlike the large enterprises who will basically transact in millions of dollars. MSME will be more transactional, and if the yardstick of the government is the same as any other large company, then the MSME segment lose out. Why? Because there is a lot of taxation, there are a lot of regulations. If you're getting the money from outside, how do you basically ensure that you do things legitimately as per the law of the land? And receiving money is not viable. Say for example, if you engage with a consultant in UK, then how do you engage? Because you got to pay money to him, because now that person is an expert who can help you. Or if you have a consultant who is going to work for you on commission basis, but how do you make the payment back to him, his consulting fee? Because moment you decide to take the money out of India, there is whole lot of taxation, whole lot of process which gets involved. Getting in money is not an issue, but paying out is a big challenge. And that is why MSME are, especially the companies, especially the really middle-sized companies and also the individuals, they find it very difficult to grow beyond the boundaries of India. And but all that is going to change now, because this is one area which requires a lot of change, a lot of reform, and that is finally happening now. And before I move forward, friends, if you're watching my live stream, you can send in your questions, and we will try and address those questions, especially regarding this subject. Okay, let's move ahead. There has been a collaboration between the NPCI, which NPCI, if you know, is a government company which holds the UPI. What is UPI? It's a unified payment interface. So based on your mobile, you can then from your mobile, using your mobile, you can transfer from one account to other. So what happens in a UPI is that your telephone number is linked to your account, and similarly, using the telephone number as an identification, you can transfer money to anybody else. So typically these are all micro payments, small transactions which are happening through UPI. I mean, UPI has become so popular now. India stands number 2 in the world in terms of number of digital payment, all because of UPI. The UPI software is created and hosted by NPCI, which is a government agency, and they have a regulation. They make sure that there is no fraud, etc. So NPCI has collaborated with a global company, UK based company, which is having a global presence, called TerraPay. Now TerraPay has the lot of partners globally, and then you can choose a partner and you have the ability to collect the payment from that company or make a payment to the company, as long as you are not violating any FERA laws or FEMA violations, so foreign exchange related violations. So there is always a limit in UPI, and as you know that UPI is meant for the micro payments, And most of the payments that you will be doing using UPI is basically small in nature, and it should not be basically hindrance, because if you have to follow for even $100 payout, if you have to follow the guidelines of what large enterprises are following, then it is not viable for you, because it, first of all, there will be a lot of taxation. You have to pay a lot of money, and by the time this person overseas gets the money, it will be nothing. Secondly, there will be a lot of paperwork required, and so on and so forth. So when you are basically engaging with a person and making a small payment directly from your mobile to that person's mobile, and in the back end, UPI and TerraPay will make sure that the bank to bank transfer happens. This is a perfect situation, because then you don't have to go and fill out several forms for each payment. So this is what has already happened. The partnership has already taken place, and now the Indian small merchants have the ability to transact globally. They can actually, it opens up the whole business landscape. You have the ability now to engage with people in Vietnam and Australia, UK, US, anywhere, especially for the micro arrangements. And as the business landscape is also changing, everything is getting online. I think this is one of the methods by which the future business will be driven. Even the large enterprises will have to relook into how, where the customers are, or what type of customers, etc. So whole lot of churn is happening in the area of small payment, digital payment, and this is a positive move towards that, where the Indian consumers will now get the ability to make micro payments across the world using this relationship between NPCI and TerraPay. And this payment will be done specifically by QR codes. So what happens is, say for example, if somebody wants to receive money from you as a fee from you, suppose you engage with a person in UK, and that person wants to get paid, all that person has to do is send you a QR code, and you will then use the QR code to transfer money. Now this has a inbuilt security, because it facility is good, but you don't want to get into any you don't want to get entangled into any fraudulent situation. So QR code is one of the method by which security can be inbuilt into the transaction itself. Why? Because QR codes are person generated, the customer initiated, as we call it. So when somebody wants to get paid from you, and you're sitting in India, and the person who's sending a request to get the payment, he has to generate the QR code by himself. And whenever the QR codes are generated, they're always associated with two-factor authentication. So as you know, friends, I'm not sure whether I'm talking too technical, but two-factor authentication is very, very difficult to beat. So for each payment, a QR code can be sent. Using that QR code, you can make the payment. And then you are absolutely sure that the payment has reached the right person, and there is no other hanky-panky that can happen in between. And this is going to be completely secure, and that is the process that this relationship between TerraPay and NPCI is going to function. And so the person who wants to get paid will have to send you a QR code, and that way you will be very, very assured of the authenticity of the payment that you are making to an overseas party. So this is how it is going to work. It has an inbuilt security which is already available. And now who will benefit? As of now, there are about 350 million bank accounts linked to UPI IDs today. I mean, 350 million, think about it. It is almost the size of United States. So this is something which is happening here, and 350 merchants will have the ability to use the UPI payment system globally. So make the payment, collect the payment, as long as they are the micro payment. There are one-off transactions and small payments, because for each transaction the payee has to generate a QR code and send it back to you. But imagine the influence of this facility now. You don't have to go to a bank, fill out zillion forms. You can just use your mobile phone to make the payment, engage. It will give you ability to engage with different type of consulting companies or consulting individuals who will help you to grow your business globally. And even it will also give you ability to collect the payment, because now you can have one-off sale where the customer can pay you based on your QR code which you will be sending to that person. So this is something which has happened in the area of business, and today is September 23rd. So I am bringing you live right now, talking about this for the people who are watching. Maybe it can give them ideas of what is to be done, how you can open up your avenues of increasing your business boundaries beyond the borders of India to the global space. Because I think this is one problem which most of the small business face, and that is being solved right now. There is another information I want to give related to this UPI, is that if you convert your UPI bank card, debit or credit cards to RuPay cards, then you tend to maximize the benefit, because RuPay is first of all free, because if you have a Master or a Visa card linked to your bank account, then there is a fee associated with using the card transactions. So say for example, suppose you're using the Google, you're making the payment from your company account to Google, and you can set up your card to make the payment. Then there is a fee associated with Master and Visa, but there is no fee applicable on RuPay. So if you have a RuPay card linked to your UPI, you get this benefit because you do a lot of savings there. Secondly, there are a lot of new schemes that government is launching in terms of providing you loans and overdraft facility, and also setting up limit. Those things are much more easily accessible if you have a RuPay card, which is the Indian card, and is absolutely free, and more facilities are associated with that. So if you are able to combine your RuPay card with UPI, you get to maximize your benefit as a small business person or a small consulting company or an individual contributor or individual professional. So this is something which I thought I will talk about in the business section on my live stream. Now let's look at the messages I've received. I've got one message from DigiBTW7, and this person has joined from Twitch, and he's saying what's up. So I'm fine, DigiBTW7. If you have any question, please feel free to shoot. You can join me again on Monday, because at 12:45 India time I'm live with business issues. Sorry, I beg your pardon, 12:15 every day, 5 days a week. So if you have a question, you can shoot the question. But I am fine. I hope you are also fine, Digis BTW7. So thanks for watching our program. All right. So since there are no questions, no further comments also, let me talk about a little bit more about this. So friends, I think the whole idea for government is to look at provide benefit to the small business person. And as we go towards this decade, there are more and more people are getting into this space, because most of the business now getting online. And when businesses are getting online, there are a lot of contractual professionals who will like to work on contract for fixed price, fixed number of hour basis, and the number of these people is growing. So if you're a small business person, maybe you can hire people on contract in different countries. And I think this step by Government of India is going to be very, very helpful for small companies, MSME segment, and it's a technology advancement for the small medium enterprises. So friends, if you have any suggestions, any comments, feel free to shoot, or join me live at 12:15 every day, Monday to Friday. For today, I like to say goodbye. You have a nice weekend, and I will catch you again on the Monday next week. You take care. Bye bye for today.